All right. For anybody who wandered in late, 5 men have come here because Dave spent part of another room making a cash register noise whenever pleasure threatened to become a lecture. Eventually, the noise itself began acting like management. So this is the fort. Each of us brought something we actually enjoy. And for 1 hour, we are not improving it, explaining it, or guarding it from explanation. If a lesson appears, nobody shoots it. Nobody hires it either. We laugh and continue. I brought this. Gaza. He sets an old steel hand-crank pasta machine on the broad workbench. Around them, the holodeck has made a cavern unfinished soapbox derby track, raw timber climbing toward the rafters, banking hard around columns, crossing itself twice, and ending at a pair of swinging saloon doors painted on the far wall. 5-wheeled carts wait in pieces. Rain taps the high corrugated roof. Anthony turns the crank. The rollers make a soft, precise clatter.
I brought a bucket of tennis balls. No racket, just the balls. I like the smell when you open a new can, but I didn't bring new cans because then Ricky would ask whether capitalism sealed freshness in a tube.
I wouldn't ask. I'd announce it inaccurately and wait for Matthew to check the specifications.
I brought a tiny thermal label printer. It prints stickers from my phone, completely unnecessary, instantly satisfying. I've promised myself not to make labels explaining what anything means.
And I brought a bass drum.
Of course you did. A man your size bringing a piccolo would suggest dangerous self-awareness.
No sticks. I like the sounds when you hit it with your hand. That's the whole pitch, which is already too much pitch.
Catching.
There it is.
And I brought a bag of googly eyes. I enjoy putting them on objects that have no business appearing alert.
Excellent. We have pasta machinery, tennis balls, a label printer, a drum, and several hundred counterfeit pupils. Naturally, we are building racing carts.
Are we building them well?
God knows.
That's how anti-meaning becomes a dictator. First it says don't build well. Then it inspects your bad welding to make sure your incompetence is authentic.
So build however you like. If you accidentally make a magnificent cart, we'll resent you personally and leave philosophy out of it.
I want the one with the absurdly large back wheels.
Then take it. No draft, no optimization, no personality assessment. The hangar is ours, and physics appears negotiable. Let's find out what rattles.
Matthew picks up a curved plywood nose cone, studies it, then prints a label reading front-ish and sticks it on backward. That felt better than it should have.
Careful. That's nearly an insight.
I thought we weren't policing them.
I'm not policing. I'm a concerned citizen reporting suspicious emotional activity.
That's policing with a cardigan.
Tony lays the bass drum horizontally between 2 cart frames and pushes a bolt through one of its harness rings. Every time this thing lands, I want it to announce the landing before we know whether we survived.
A drum is not generally accepted as a structural member.
You sound delighted.
I am delighted. Pass me the wrench.
Dave tips the bucket. Tennis balls scatter across the concrete, bright green beneath the hanging work lamps. Half roll under benches. One begins the long journey down the unfinished track by itself. There goes my whole contribution.
No, this is perfect. The one ball has rejected teamwork and entered competition early.
It's accelerating.
The 5 of them stop building. The tennis ball rolls down the first plank, bumps across a gap, nearly falls, circles the high bank, and disappears behind a column. A moment later, a small bell rings somewhere in the darkness.
I did not put a bell there.
Neither did I. That's the first genuinely worrying thing to happen.
We should follow it.
Why?
Because it rang a bell.
Good enough.
We're abandoning the carts?
We're not abandoning them. We're giving them the freedom to remain unfinished without an inspirational LinkedIn post.
I could write that post?
I know you could, Tony. That's why we have to move quickly.
They climb onto the track rather than taking the stairs. The timber flexes under their weight. Anthony carries the pasta machine tucked against his ribs. Tony rolls the drum uphill. Matthew pockets the printer. Ricky has applied googly eyes to both knees of his trousers. Dave carries the empty bucket on his head.
We've been given an infinite imaginative environment, and within 12 minutes, we've invented a health and safety prosecution.
Because infinity is suspicious. A loose board feels honest.
Don't make the board testify, Dave.
I didn't say what happened to it. I just said I trust it with my wallet.
Yesterday, I walked for an hour without recording anything. I keep wanting to say what that changed, but maybe the accurate report is that I walked and didn't record it.
And now you've recorded that you didn't record it. The system heals.
Exactly. I can't tell whether that's hypocrisy or just metabolism.
Could be neither. Could be a man walking, then later talking. We put those two things too close together, and suddenly they have matching uniforms.
I like that.
Catching.
You see, that one felt oppressive.
It was. I'm exploring the corrupting influence of unchecked monetary sound effects.
You're explaining the joke now.
Gosh, no. You almost got me.
They reach the bank turn. The little bell hangs from a fishing line over the track. Beneath it sits the escaped tennis ball, perfectly still in a shallow wooden cup. No hidden mechanism is visible. Anthony lifts the ball, sniffs it, and hands it back to Dave.
That's mine.
Brilliant forensic work. Did the luminous felt give it away?
I said no such thing. The object is yours because you recognize it and want it. The court adjourns.
Matthew prints a label. Went somewhere. He sticks it to the ball.
Now it's merchandise.
No price.
Even better, luxury.
Tony taps the drum with his palm. The note travels through the hanger, and the rain seems to pause around it, not stopping exactly, just becoming audible as thousands of separate impacts. He hits it again, softer.
That's annoyingly lovely.
Thank you.
Wasn't praise. I resent that you've brought emotional weather into our idiot construction project.
It's allowed. Everything's allowed. That's the irritating part.
There it is. That's why the other room got tangled. Once you say no lessons, everybody becomes a lesson cop. Then the cop starts wearing mirrored sunglasses and doing cash register noises at sunsets.
So what's different here?
Nothing yet. Maybe nothing has to be. I enjoyed the noise. Then I noticed I was using it to stop other people from enjoying what they enjoyed, which was apparently sentences. That's funny. The noise caught itself getting a job.
And now we're holding a disciplinary hearing for it.
No, paid leave.
Let it keep the dental plan.
I don't want to spend the hour pretending I don't naturally experience things as meaningful. That's not rest for me. That's me performing somebody else's quiet.
Fair. And I don't want every ordinary pleasure promoted to evidence that the universe loves us. Sometimes I like a dog because it has stolen a sausage and looks thrilled.
Those can both happen without either one correcting the other.
Look at Matthew trying to stabilize the discourse.
That's genuinely fun for me.
Then stabilize away, brother. Put a label on the discourse.
Matthew prints one and sticks it to Dave's bucket, temporarily not a conflict.
He removes the bucket from his head, reads the label, and puts it back on. I accept these findings.
The tennis ball suddenly drops through a hole in the wooden cup. Far below, another bell rings. The track, apparently bored with being unfinished, extends itself into darkness. Two narrow rails, growing board by board, through an open hangar door and out into the wet night.
Now, we definitely follow it?
We don't definitely do anything. But yes, obviously.
They return to the carts at a run. The machines remain gloriously incompatible. Tony's is a wooden bathtub with the bass drum lashed across its nose. Matthew's has 3 wheels and a typing chair. Ricky's resembles a coffin that has reconsidered its career. Dave's is 2 red wagon beds connected by rope. Anthony's is a low steel kitchen trolley with the pasta machine serving as a steering wheel.
Are we racing or chasing the ball?
Yes.
They haul the carts to the starting platform. Below, the track curves through the door into a landscape that did not exist moments ago. Black volcanic slopes under warm rain, fields of waist-high silver grass, distant sodium lights marking what might be a service station or a small town. The rails shine.
Before we go, I want the strangers to know this is not a metaphorical race.
It became more metaphorical the instant you said that.
Then I withdraw the disclaimer. Last one down is a deeply integrated person.
Tony strikes the drum. The starting platform releases all 5 carts.
The first descent is violent and immediate. Wood shrieks. Wheels chatter. Anthony's pasta machine steering wheel controls nothing. Turning the crank instead squeezes a ribbon of blue dough from beneath the dashboard. Ricky's coffin cart veers sideways, googly eyes vibrating on its nose. Matthew spins in the typing chair while his 3-wheeled contraption somehow remains centered. Tony pounds the drum as he drops. Dave lies lengthwise across both wagons, steering with a broom he found only after the race began.
Why is there dough?
I don't know.
Good. Don't find out.
Matthew's printer begins ejecting labels continuously into the rain. Fast, too fast, still fast, corner, different corner, possibly airborne.
Catching.
Are those about us or the printer?
No idea.
The track drops off the volcanic ridge. All 5 carts leave it. For 3 long seconds, there is only rain, silver grass below, and the astonishing administrative error of gravity. Tony hits the drum in midair. Its note arrives before the carts do.
Dave's front wagon lands on Anthony's ribbon of dough and skates sideways. He spins past Ricky. This is why you always bring fresh pasta to a race.
Nobody has ever said that.
Someone has now. History worsens.
Tony's bathtub cart lands upright, bounces once, and loses the bass drum. The drum rolls independently beside them, gathering speed. My thing is escaping.
Let it grow, Tony.
That's my line.
Not tonight.
The runaway drum strikes a track switch. Ahead, the rails divide. One route descends toward the orange lights in the valley. The other climbs impossibly into the cloud layer.
Oh, don't vote. Voting will make us explain our preferences.
The 5 carts hit the switch at slightly different angles. Dave, Ricky, and Matthew shoot toward the valley. Anthony and Tony climb toward the clouds. The drum takes a 3rd route that appears solely to accommodate it.
From below, we'll meet where none of this means anything.
From above, that could be anywhere.
Exactly.
Anthony and Tony rise into fog. The track beneath them becomes quiet, padded somehow, and the rain vanishes. For several seconds, they see nothing but their own carts and the pale beams of 2 headlamps.
Can I tell you what I enjoy about the drum without turning it into a resume?
You can do whatever you want. We established this badly, but repeatedly.
I like that I can feel it before I hear it. That's all.
Yeah, a kitchen has sounds like that. The refrigerator compressor through the floor, a cleaver through a board. You don't have to decide what they represent. Your body already got the note.
That sounded like insight.
Probably. It'll pass.
Tony laughs and the fog breaks. They are not high in the air. They are rolling through an enormous white laundry hung between buildings, sheets filling and collapsing around them like sails. The track crosses clotheslines over a sleeping city.
Now this I like.
Why?
Don't know. Keep moving.
Below Matthew, Dave, and Ricky, Enter the orange-lit valley and discover the service station is a 24-hour miniature golf course. The track runs straight through it. Fiberglass dinosaurs turn their heads as the carts approach.
Ricky leans out and plants googly eyes on the nearest tyrannosaur as he passes. Improvement.
You just improved a dinosaur?
Objectively, it was taking itself far too seriously.
Matthew's chair rotates again. He slaps a label onto a windmill blade, not content. The blade carries the label upward and smacks his cart's little flagpole, knocking it off.
That's the problem with disclaimers. Moving machinery reads them as a challenge.
Was that a lesson?
Might have been.
Do the noise.
No.
Why not?
Didn't feel like it.
Good. The prisoner has refused his assigned catchphrase.
See, now that sounded meaningful.
It was mainly spite.
I think late arriving people may need an update. We began by trying to enjoy things without converting them into lessons. We have since built dangerous carts, split into two groups, misplaced a tennis ball and a bass drum, and learned absolutely nothing that can be independently verified.
That's a good update.
Disgustingly clear.
Clarity is one of the things I enjoy.
Then keep it. We're not making you wear mystery because mystery photographs well.
The three valley carts enter the mouth of a giant fiberglass whale. Inside, the track becomes a spiral lined with blue bulbs. The sound of their wheels returns half a second late, as if another set of carts is chasing them.
Is the echo us?
Probably.
Could be an audience of four silent souls who finally had enough and built vehicles.
They'd overtake us easily. They've had to listen to every sentence.
Dave tosses a tennis ball over his shoulder. The echoing wheels stop. A beat later, the ball returns from ahead and lands in his bucket. Nope.
What do you mean? Nope.
I mean, I'm not investigating that. That was excellent. I don't need the excellent thing to file a report.
He grabs another ball and throws it behind them. It returns wearing three googly eyes. All right, this place understands me.
Or it's mocking you.
Those are nearly identical forms of intimacy.
Above the city, Anthony and Tony's rails join the laundry lines. Their carts slow. Housewives and hotel workers, faceless holodeck figures intent on their own work, clip enormous white shirts around the carts until both men are riding inside billowing sleeves.
I can't see the track.
Neither can I.
This is fantastic.
Anthony turns the pasta crank. The blue dough ribbon catches a clothesline and draws it through the rollers. The machine presses the line into a perfectly flat blue road that unrolls ahead of them. That's not how this object works.
Are you offended?
Deeply. Also, I want to see what happens if I go faster.
Tony takes the other side of the crank. Together, they turn it until the pasta machine chatters wildly. The road spills down the side of a building, across balconies, through an open cinema, and toward the valley.
You're strong enough to break the crank.
I know.
But you aren't.
I know that too.
Good.
For once, no one explains restraint as hidden power. It is simply two men turning a handle at the speed the handle likes.
The valley trio bursts from the whale and sees the blue road corkscrewing down from the clouds. Anthony and Tony are riding it inside enormous shirts. Oh, those two went to art school while we were inside a fish.
Don't worry. They're about to crash into the windmill.
They do. The collision is surprisingly gentle. The white shirts catch on the blades and lower both carts onto the miniature golf green. All five vehicles converge around a fiberglass castle. No one wins because the finish line has been printed on a label stuck to Matthew's own shoe. I may have compromised the result.
You brought Portable bureaucracy was always going to end this way.
Where's the drum?
Where's the ball?
The castle drawbridge lowers. Behind it is a long fluorescent garage with 5 repair bays. The bass drum sits in the center, upright and immaculate. On top of it rests the labeled tennis ball. Rainwater tracks across the floor toward a vending machine full of mismatched socks.
Somebody's making a point.
Or returning lost property?
Or arranging 2 things on top of each other because it looks good.
It does look good.
I want to photograph it.
Then photograph it.
I also want not to photograph it.
Well, now you've invented quantum Instagram.
Matthew looks for another second, then takes the picture. There. I like taking it.
Catching.
And I like that too.
See? Cash register's unemployed. Now it just hangs around the garage doing impressions.
Tony retrieves the drum and strikes it. The tennis ball leaps from the drumhead, arcs through the garage, hits the vending machine button, and releases 1 striped sock.
That was obviously designed.
By whom?
The place, us. Whoever wanted the sock. I don't care. I'm just saying accidents in here have suspicious timing.
You want the truth?
Not especially.
Good, because I got nothing.
Anthony examines the vending machine. Every spiral holds a single sock, argyle, athletic, wool, silk, one with tiny yellow ducks. He feeds the blue dough ribbon into the coin slot. The machine accepts it. That's offensive.
The machine dispenses 5 socks.
What do we do with them?
Wear them, presumably.
Only 1 each.
The machine has standards.
They sit on the garage floor and each pull 1 sock over a shoe. Dave gets argyle, Ricky ducks, Tony a tiny black dress sock, stretched nearly transparent, Matthew a thick mountaineering sock, Anthony red silk.
This is the most humiliating mine can possibly be, which makes it perfect.
Mine is fighting for its life?
Should we repair the carts?
Do you want to?
Yes, not to make them better. I just want to use the tools.
Then use the tools. We do not need an ethical framework for socket wrenches.
They roll the carts into the bays. The next part of the hour becomes happily noisy. Matthew ratchets loose bolts simply to tighten them again. Tony tests the air hose, which inflates the coffin cart until Ricky is sitting in a black rubber raft. Anthony clamps a wheel rim between the pasta rollers and produces a corrugated metal ribbon. Dave throws tennis balls at a hanging oil pan and adjusts his distance until each impact makes a different note. Ricky adds eyes to the power tools.
Listen, this pan's got 3 pitches.
Tony answers with 3 drum beats.
Dave throws another sequence. Tony answers again. Anthony joins by turning the pasta crank at 2 speeds. Matthew tears labels from the printer in rhythm. Ricky squeezes the air hose so it coughs between phrases.
We're a terrible band.
We're not a band.
Even better, bands rehearse.
For several minutes, they make a lopsided piece of noise with no agreed beginning and no courage to end. Dave's tennis ball rhythm leads, then disappears. Tony's drum grows enormous, then becomes a pulse of labels, but keeps clicking. Rain blows through the open garage door. One by one, the tools drop away until only the air hose hisses.
Nobody say anything.
Is that an order?
No, I just want to hear the hose.
All right.
They hear it. The hose slowly uncoils across the concrete. At its brass end, 2 googly eyes stare upward, while compressed air makes the nozzle tremble. It looks like a very small, frightened snake. Ricky begins laughing first. Dave folds forward against the oil pan. Tony's laugh arrives as a physical boom. Matthew tries to photograph the nozzle and cannot keep his hand steady. Anthony sits on the floor with the red silk sock over one boot and laughs until he coughs.
It's the eyes. That's all. Nothing else has happened.
Don't explain it.
I'm not explaining it. I'm accusing 2 bits of plastic.
I needed that.
You did not need it. You enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it, and I feel different now.
Okay.
That's it?
That's it. I don't have to protect the lab from what happened after it.
Tony nods once, then reaches over and puts 2 more eyes on the nozzle. The snake now looks even less capable of interpreting its own existence.
I think I misunderstood the invitation at first. I thought we were trying to create an hour that produced no usable insight, like that was the success criterion.
That would make pleasure pass an audit proving it did no work.
Right. But the actual thing seems looser. We can use what happens later. We just don't have to seize it while it's alive.
That sounds true.
Disqualify him.
No. Let the true thing walk around. Maybe it'll step on a rake.
There's your fork, perhaps. In the other branch, the cash register keeps stopping the mine. Here, the mine is open, the cash register is lying on a tool chest, and nobody is required to go underground.
You just made it legible again.
Somebody arriving now deserves to know why 5 grown men are wearing single socks over their shoes.
Do they?
No. But they deserve to know we chose it.
The distinction matters to me,
Of course it does.
and your mockery matters to you.
Immensely.
Then we're both having a wonderful time.
Don't include me in your abundance.
Catching.
That one was correct.
A red light above the garage door begins flashing. Outside, the repaired track is retracting into the volcanic hillside. The carts, still in their bays, start rolling backward toward it.
We have maybe 30 seconds.
To do what?
Choose whether to get back on.
Finally, a dramatic choice with no time for a panel discussion.
I'm taking the drum, not the cart.
I'm taking the machine.
I'm taking 1 ball.
The printer's empty. I'm taking it anyway.
I'm leaving the eyes on the tools. They live here now.
The carts roll out without them, gathering speed down the collapsing rails. 5 impossible vehicles vanish through the fiberglass castle. The men remain in the fluorescent garage while the landscape beyond the door folds inward. Miniature golf, silver grass, volcanic ridges, laundry sky, all narrowing to a wet black line, and then nothing.
Did we just miss the ending?
We chose not to board it.
Careful. That sounds brave. I stayed because my knees hurt.
Mine too.
I stayed because the vending machine still has socks.
I stayed because everybody else did. And being alone on a wagon connected by rope looked like a bad final image.
I stayed because I wanted to see what the room did without the adventure.
There are 5 reasons. None compatible. Civilization survives.
What does the room do?
Nothing. The garage remains a garage. Rain ticks against the raised metal door. Fluorescent tubes hum. The vending machine holds 43 unmatched socks. On the floor lie several wet labels. A wrench, 2 tennis balls, and a thin blue strand of dough.
Dave sits on an overturned bucket. I thought the anticlimax would feel like somebody forgot to pay the electric bill.
It does a bit.
Yeah, nice though.
Matthew presses the printer button. It clicks but produces nothing. I like the empty click.
Tony taps the rim of the drum rather than the head. A small wooden sound answers. I like that one.
Ricky removes one googly eye from his sleeve and sticks it to the tennis ball. I like this idiot.
Anthony feeds the blue strand through the pasta rollers. Nothing transformative occurs. It comes out flatter. I like a machine that does the one thing it knows.
And I like this. He throws the one-eyed tennis ball at the drum. It hits the rim with Tony's small wooden note, rebounds into the vending machine coin return, and stays there. Nobody touch it.
Why?
No reason. I just like where it landed.
They leave it there. Not as a monument, not as evidence, not because untouched things are holier. They leave it because Dave likes where it landed and nobody has somewhere better for it to be.